Today we're making the Queen Bee from Terra entity fight the bosses from Terramity. So Terraria against Terraria inspiration. Let's see how it goes. The first one is Gob, which will receive eventually a massive update. I can't wait for that. But for now, he is getting completely destroyed by the Queen Bee. Of course, this Queen Bee doesn't have the actual Terraria stats. We might do a different video for this one. But it is pretty strong. Even the little hornets are custom, and they do a lot of damage. And weirdly enough, the gnomes are not doing anything. And Gob is slowly getting destroyed by the Queen Bee. He's doing his best. Okay, here we go. Here's an AoE attack. We don't see that often from him, because normally he doesn't have the time. But the Queen Bee seems to take his time, her time, the Queen. Okay, here we go. Yeah, her attacks are not that strong. They're just a lot up there. There we go. It's over. Now moving on to a big, chunky Super Sniffer, a chunkier mobs, a stronger mobs. Let's see how it goes. Super Sniffer can do a lot of damage, but yeah, some of the attacks are grounds attack, and this thing is flying. Flying is the weakness of a lot of mobs. Super Sniffer is already down by a lot. The Kamehameha did land some damage. They are equally damaged in percentage. But the Super Sniffer has a second phase, so if the Queen Bee doesn't wake up and actually do something strong, there might be an easy victory for the Super Sniffer. I wonder if the Queen Bee is enraged right now, because it's not in the, we're not in a jungle, and I don't know if there's an enraged mechanic just like in Terraria. But it's still really impressive for the Queen Bee to lower the Super Sniffer as much, I think. Yeah, we will see probably the second phase of the Super Sniffer. The little hornets are really, really annoying for the Super Sniffer. He still finds a way to kill them, but still. Okay, here we go. Here's another Kamehameha. And right into his HP. Look at the damage on that thing. There's also contact damage, so each time they hit each other, by just like moving into each other, they're dealing damage, each of them. This really feels like a Terraria fight. Just two mobs touching each other and dying. Alright, here we go. It's time to see a second phase of the Super Sniffer. Now, its armor is not higher, its health is not higher, but its attack are more dangerous. And yeah, he has more attacks now. But the Queen Bee is somehow flying up and doing nothing. Okay, here we go. It's coming back. Super Sniffer has a hard time hitting her. Never mind. This is going to be the end soon. He's more concentrated on hitting the little minions rather than the Queen Bee, but the Queen Bee just has to hit the Super Sniffer to take damage. It's gonna be over very soon. Okay, here we go. This is going to be the final Kamehameha, and it's over. Alright, let's move the fight outside the arena, because the next one cannot be... his damage on the floor cannot be suppressed. So here we go, here's the Trial Guardian, which will probably have a really hard time hitting the Queen Bee because of the height of the Queen Bee. And as I say this, the Queen Bee just stays on the floor, getting some easy hit from the Trial Guardian. Here we go. Here we have a Dungeon Effigy that is not really aware of what is going on, getting damaged by the Trial Guardian. Trial Guardian is doing better than I thought he would. And here's the laser. And it's doing some massive damage on the Queen Bee. if it hits. It's 28 damage per tick of damage. Okay, here we go. Maybe we can put you in a team? No, here we go. He's attacking now. He's finally awake. Never mind. Maybe I can just... There we go. I don't know why they don't follow the team of their summoner, just like the Hornets. The Hornets follow the Queen Bee. Alright, Guardian is almost half health. The Queen Bee's almost dead. It is doing way better. Okay, second phase for the Trial Guardian. It seems like... Oh, I thought we were going to do a fight without an explosion, but never mind. This cleared a lot of the bees. Okay, the laser though is stuck in the ground, but the Queen Bee goes to the laser. Oh, here we go. That's gonna be not the final explosion, but enough to kill most of its bees. And the bee... Oh, wow. Okay, moving on to Virtue. Two flying mob against each other. That's gonna be interesting. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Virtue has a lot of potential, but the Queen Bee is moving fast, so if she can get out of the laser, she might have a chance with the amount of Hornets there is. They do a lot of damage, and they can be overwhelming. They're not... No, they're dying to the laser. The Queen Bee's alone. Like I said, the Queen Bee is fast, but she's coming back in the laser. Queen Bee has a hard time keeping her little Hornets alive. But they are managing to find their way to do the 10 damage per hit. And Virtue is starting to slowly lose. The Queen Bee is starting to get the advantage. Yeah, each stinger does 10 damage. And the Hornets are just there as an annoyance. It all depends. Okay, they are exactly about the same percentage of health right now. Oh my god, that did so much damage. What happened to Queen Bee? This is going to be an extremely close fight, but the Queen Bee... Never mind, they are neck to neck. Oh, that's gonna be it. I think... Wait, who's gonna die first? The Queen Bee... Both of them. Wow. Which means it's time to see if Merlin can do something to the Queen Bee. We're gonna go one at a time. I don't think we need to put Cersei and Merlin at the same time. Maybe we should, because Merlin is pretty slow and he's getting overwhelmed by the amount of mobs. But when he hits, it's like 100 damage. So do not underestimate Merlin when he's alone. He is still pretty strong and he can heal. But he is getting annoyed by the amount of Hornets. He's still doing well right now. It's gonna be hard to decide who's gonna win. But getting overwhelmed by the babies, the little Hornets, is going to be something to look for. Because he's just stuck with them. He doesn't have some good AoE. He's hitting, he's doing some melee, but there's too many of them. This makes me miss Astimir's Forest Craft with the bee and stuff. There was some good boss in this mod. We could have a bee duo if the mod updated. Okay, Merlin is actually doing damage to the Queen Bee. Not sure how, but it's taking damage. Okay, there we go. That's some big clearance. Yeah, once again, it's gonna be a very close fight. It just has to be lucky and hit. Where is he? I think he's on the ground. I'm not sure. I don't know where he is. No, he's here. Okay. He's just invisible. Okay, he healed the queen bee. And now the queen bee is behind a wall. He's just healed himself. And he's now landing some good hits on the queen bee. Yeah, she lost him when he's invisible like that. The bees doesn't target him and he can just shoot. Okay, here we go. We resume the fight. That was a massive lightning on the babies. They're all dead. They're almost all dead, so Merlin can focus on the queen bee, and it's over. Wow, which means it's time to see Sorceress Cersei. We are going to need to convert the summons into the team, but they are not flying, they are not ranged. So it's gonna be hard for Cersei to hit the queen bee. Especially since these projectiles, I think they don't do damage. I think it's kind of bugged. Yeah, they just insta-kill themselves. It's only working on players, unfortunately. I think. I can't be sure. Okay, here we go. We need to add them to the team. Okay, here we go. Now that's gonna be a big difference if they can land the hits. I think they do in the order of like 30 to 40 damage. Which is going to be massive on the queen bee. Look at them go. They're trying their best, but they're not flying. And we got some more. Here we go. The queen bee is taking some damage now. She's standing down. She's hitting all of them, but they are so tanky. 10 armor, 55 HP. It's still pretty good. Surprisingly, the army of Queen Bee is losing to the army of Cersei. Or should I say, unsurprisingly, they only have 1 HP. As it's over. Well, it's gonna be over once all the babies are dead. So, obviously now, it's time for Archmage Gundalf. Let's see how far she can bring Archmage Gundalf. Also, he is pretty big, so not hard to miss. It's gonna be pretty easy for the Queen Bee to just shoot at him. But he has a lot of AoE attack, which will take care of all the summons of the Queen Bee. Every single time. He has gun, he has sword, he has magic. He can do it all. But he is actually taking some good damage from all of that. But the Gatmancer can help in this fight if they don't shoot Gundalf himself. Just like that. Also, Gundalf can heal himself, which is... Oh, okay, here we go. Here's the laser. Okay, this Gatmancer is gone. She's half health. Oh my, 87? Was that 87? That's some massive damage. Okay, here we go. 4 more bombs, which all missed. Where's the Queen Bee? It's disappearing behind a wall, and they are on the other side. We need to go. There they are. Gundalf healed again. She can't keep up. He's too strong. And there we go. Which leads us to the final fight with the Ultra Sniffer, which should be pretty quick. Let's see how fast he can destroy this Queen Bee. I want to see that fight, even though it's pretty one-sided. Okay, they just don't attack each other. That's fine. Queen Bee is too afraid. Okay, here we go. And that's one Kamehameha to the face. Look at the damage. She almost have 1000 HP, remember, and she's half health right now. And even if... Oh, never mind, that's gonna be a weird Kamehameha in the wall. Does it go through the wall? I don't know, I can't see anything. The Queen Bee is behind the wall. Okay, here we go. It's gonna be another Kamehameha to the face. Okay, the Kamehameha doesn't... She just killed herself. Anyway, that was fun. Subscribe now. Bye.